Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Sunday. I hope you had a beautiful weekend. We are continuing our daily reading. I'm going to read a little bit from As a Man Thinketh today, and we will pick up, I promise, on Elsie Lake and Benedict on our epic playlist. If you missed any of the previous lessons or you're interested in books like these, check out the playlist here on my YouTube. If you're on Facebook, I encourage you to hop on over to YouTube, like, and subscribe. Thank you for all your support. Thought and character. This is the very first chapter in As a Man Thinketh. If you have not read this, it is a must read. It's so quick. I mean, look how little it is. You can get it for free if you have an iPhone, on the iBooks app, you can get it for free. There's free audios if you want to listen to it on YouTube. This is the best book. It's my favorite book. In my opinion, it's the best book. Thought and character. The aphorism, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, not only embraces the whole of a man's being, but it is so comprehensive as to reach out to every condition and circumstance of his life. A man is literally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of all of his thoughts. That right there is so powerful. A man is literally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of all his thoughts. We are what we think. So powerful. As the plant springs from and could not be without the seed, so every act of a man springs from the hidden seeds of thought and could not have appeared without them. As the plant springs from and could not be without the seed, so every act of ours springs from the hidden seeds of our thoughts and could not have appeared without the thoughts. We reap the harvest. The seeds we sow, the thoughts we think, will dictate the results and our experience of life. I say it with such conviction because new level, new devil. We never arrive. There is no finish line, especially when you're growing in your own personal spiritual development. I think it's funny that when I wasn't focused and working, all of this stuff, like I didn't have to work so hard because I wasn't doing nothing. When you, it's like, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like the price you pay for working on yourself. It's like, wow, I wish I never started this journey. This is harder than it was before. Yeah, but I wasn't getting anywhere before. And that's why a lot of people don't do this because it's not easy to take that fearless moral inventory, go within and change your habits. We can just do what 95% of the population does. And that's okay if that's what you want. But if you want more, if you want to be a leader, if you want to really grow and stretch and reach your full potential, you have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but this is the formula that gets you there. Really focusing on what you think you bring about. So as a plant springs from and could not be without the seed, so every act of a man springs from the hidden seeds of thought and could not have appeared without them. This applies equally to those acts called spontaneous and unpremeditated, as to those which are deliberately executed. So this applies equally the whole law that whatever thoughts we think, we will bring about. It applies equally to our behaviors or our actions that we consider spontaneous or not even like premeditated. We didn't even think about it at all. As to those which are deliberately executed. So everything we do, whether it be spontaneous or deliberately thought out, is due to our thoughts. Act is the blossom of thought, and joy and suffering are its fruits. Thus does a man garner in the sweet and bitter fruitage of his own husbandry. So our actions are the blossom of our thought, and joy or suffering are the fruits of those actions. So we garner in the sweet and bitter fruitage of our own husbandry. Thought in the mind hath made us what we are. This is a little poem. Thought in the mind hath made us. What we are by thought was wrought and built. If a man's mind hath evil thoughts, pain comes on him, as comes the wheel the ox behind. If one endure in purity of thought, joy follows him as his own shadow sure. Man is grown, man is a growth by law and not a creation of artifice. And cause and effect are as absolute and undeviating in the hidden realms of thought as in the world of visible and material things. A noble and godlike character is not a thing of favor or chance, but is the natural result of continued effort in right thinking, the effect of long cherished association with godlike thoughts. An ignoble and bestial character, by the same process, is the result of the continued harboring of groveling thoughts. Man is a growth by law and not a creation of artifice, not some superficial creation. And cause and effect are as absolute and undeviating in the hidden realms of thought as in the world of visible material things. So the energetic unseen world works just like this seen world of matter. Just like a farmer sows a seed, plants a seed, and gets a harvest. Our thoughts are seeds, and we plant it into our subconscious mind, and we get our harvest. As above, so below. As within, so without. This is a universal law, and it's hard. People don't believe this because you can't see it. And we don't want to accept that the results or the situations we're in, especially if they're difficult, are because of our thinking. And again, that's why it's so important to remember that 95% is subconscious, below conscious awareness. We're not aware of it. And so it takes focus, it takes energy, attention to go within, enter that cave that is dark and scary and uncomfortable, and ask yourself, take that inventory. How do I feel? Then once you identify, it's easy to identify how you feel, but then you follow those crumbs back to the thoughts. What am I thinking that's causing me to feel this way? I'm going to call you out. My sister today showed me a photo of her windshield. It got cracked. She was driving on the freeway and it got cracks on it. And she goes, "Are you kidding me?" And I said, "Are you letting that emotionally affect you?" Right? Because, we're in it together. Like, you know, she wants to, we all do. We want to, improve our mindset and not let the outside world affect. Yes, it's crappy. It's real poopy. Like when my car got broken into, right? When that happens on the freeway, especially in California, when your windshield gets cracked, oh, there's nothing worse than that. And she's right. She's right to be upset. She's right to be annoyed. She's right to be peed off, irritated, frustrated. But now what? Is it going to go into a story that, of course, this happens to me? Oh, it's just my luck. Oh, this is so crappy, blah, blah, blah. And wouldn't blame her. I used to do that. I could still do that. But catch it. How quick can we bounce back into this is good? I don't know how this is good. Gratitude. I'm grateful that I have a car. I'm grateful that I have a windshield. I'm grateful it didn't break. I'm grateful we're all safe. I'm grateful I have car insurance. I'm grateful that I live in sunny Southern California where all the freeways are just abundant, right? It's like, yes, that is not easy. And it's like, oh, come on, Carla. But it's like, what is the option? It's how we feel. What seeds are we planting? It's when a situation, outside circumstance happens, what are we thinking about it? Well, that happens. Well, I was on the freeway. It cracked my windshield. I used this example before. Maybe I used it in my own. I mean, of course, my windshield's gotten cracked before. But and it happens, but we don't have to make any meaning out of it other than I was on the freeway and my window shield got cracked. We don't have to look into it, especially if it makes you feel bad. Or like maybe this is a sign, or whoa, 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 I'm doing something wrong, or it's punishment. I'm a bad person. I have bad luck. That's not helpful. Not helpful at all. Find a way to say this is good. Even if it doesn't feel good, I get it. It's a game of the mind. And you know what? It's a matter of life and death. We F around too much with our subconscious mind. We really do. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want peace? How bad do you want positivity, like peace of mind? And again, it is not to diminish our human experience. It's just not to indulge in negative feelings and stay there without our responsibility of getting ourselves out because no one else can get us out. Nobody, not one person. It's okay to feel upset, angry, frustrated, accept it, and then move on. Now what? What actions do we need to take? Of course, be normal, be safe, take care of business, right? She needs to call her insurance and get the windshield fixed, right? But what's a good side? I'm so grateful that I have car insurance and they take care of it. Oh, I'm so grateful, right? So, yeah, calling you out, sis. Okay. All right. Man is made or unmade by himself. In the armory of thought, he forges the weapons by which he destroys himself. He also fashions the tools with which he builds for himself heavenly mansions of joy and strength and peace. Let me go to the paragraph above. A noble and godlike character is not a thing of favor or chance, but is the natural result of continued effort in right thinking, the effect of long cherished association with godlike thoughts. So somebody who has a godlike character, who's always happy or really a good person, just so nice, right? I always think of Joel Osteen. I love Joel Osteen. I love him so much. He's just a happy dude. And so when you see people who are super happy and just a good person, immediately notice, are you suspicious? Are you questioning them? Do you think they're lying? Like those are your own weed seeds. Of course, use your judgment and your intuition because people can put on good fronts. But like genuinely, if someone's successful in their life and good things are happening to them and they're happy and nothing really gets them down, like they've done the work. It doesn't happen for free. Happy, positive, optimistic people have done the work because in a world that is like hell in a handbasket every second, crap being pumped out, fear, just vitriol and just negative news, for somebody to be optimistic and calm and regulated, they've done their work and not some happy, false, you know, sticker over it where they don't even, they deny the negative. So again, with the situation with the windshield, I'm not denying the negative. That's crappy, man. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. It's really crappy. Okay, now what? Right? Just like when my car got broken into. Oh my gosh, I'm so bummed. I'm so bummed. Now what? I have to catch it. And why I don't indulge is because negative thoughts beget negative thoughts. Like attracts like. If I let that seed take root, it'll just produce more and more and more and more. And I will be right. People will commiserate with me and they'll agree with me. Mm-hmm. It's righteous anger. I can't afford that, especially when I'm growing. So somebody who, a noble and godlike character, is not a thing of favor or chance. It's not because someone's lucky, but it is the natural result of continued effort in right thinking, the effect of long cherished association with godlike thoughts. So, for example, I've never get this because I just don't experience this or I don't notice it. Um, I am an optimistic, happy, positive person. And if someone's grumpy and there are some people like that, like family members, but it's like I do not engage. I don't even go there. Like I have compassion and mercy because people's behavior, negative behavior, grumpy behavior is just a reflection of what's going on within them. And if it feels that bad, like, ooh, coming out of them, how does it feel being in them? It's like they're offloading trash. It's like they're taking out the trash. You hear it. It's like, ooh, it must be stinky up in there. And then you have compassion and understanding. Does it make it easy to be around them? No. But, it's like, I will stay unmoved because this is why. I have been through enough. I have been depressed. I have been anxious. I have been addicted. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to be in a bad mood. I can't afford to be in a bad mood. I have no desire to be in a bad mood. No, thank you. People who are in a bad mood and who are grumpy, they haven't met rock bottom yet. They can still F around and find out. They have the luxury to be grumpy. Good for them. But I know where it leads because that used to be me. And it's not pretty. So again, I have compassion and I pray for people who are always pessimistic and negative and grumpy and it's just hopeless. Truly. Napoleon Hill and Earl Nightingale says somebody who has a bad attitude and is just unwilling to change, There's nothing you can do for them. It's sad. And of course, we all go through times of pain and trial, but like, what's our baseline? Like Elsie Lincoln Benedict says, your predominant moods make your life. What are we doing? We need to wake up. We don't even know if we're going to be here tomorrow. What are our words? What are our conversations like with our loved ones? There was last week, I was a little prickly with somebody, but immediately it felt terrible because it is so far on my baseline at this point, like off my baseline, that I corrected it immediately. Immediately, I went and apologized and took full responsibility. And it was immediate relief, and pride can keep us away from that for taking accountability. Like, hey, look, I was a big jerk. I was triggered. It was me. It wasn't you. I took it out on you. And I really apologize because you didn't deserve that, right? So this is truly an inside job, you know? So a noble and godlike character is not a thing of just being lucky or someone being a Pollyanna. It's a natural result of them taking the time to put positive things in their mind. Okay. An ignoble and bestial character, a big jerk face, is by the same process. It's the result of continued negative, crappy, garbage thoughts and stuff that they're taking in, harboring groveling thoughts. Man is made or unmade by himself. In the armory of thought, he forges the weapons by which he destroys himself. He also fashions the tools with which he builds for himself heavenly mansions of joy and strength and peace. By the right choice and true application of thought, man ascends to the divine perfection. By the abuse and wrong application of thought, he descends below the level of the beast. Between these two extremes are all of the grades of character, and man is their maker and master. So basically, you can either get to divine perfection, the penthouse, or the level of the beast, the basement. All of the beautiful truths pertaining to the soul with which have been restored and brought to light in this age, none is more gladdening or fruitful of divine promise and confidence than this, that man is the master of thought, the molder of character, and the maker and shaper of condition, environment, and destiny. That is just hitting on a whole new level. Man, we are the master. You are the master of your thoughts. You are the molder of your character, your self-image, and the maker and shaper of conditions, environment, and destiny. You are the master of your thoughts, or are you the slave? You are the master of your thoughts, or somebody else is, and you are the slave to your thoughts. I still have to catch myself of being enslaved by just thoughts and ruminations and worries and trying to control, especially when you're growing and stretching or you're going through a troubled time. It's when we need to step up more. Get pedal to the metal. Bob used to say, double up the good when you're going through something bad or something is triggering you. You are the master of your thoughts, the molder of your character. You mold your character with every single thought. Who do you want to be? What's your self-image? What's your self-concept? Build it. Build whatever character. You don't have to do any pre-work. Just start building it now. Who do you want to be? What do you want? You're the master of your thought, the molder of your character, and the maker and shaper of your conditions. Whatever conditions you find yourself in now, what can you do? Just one little thing. If you are sick and tired of being overweight and you want to, get into shape, go for a 3-minute walk. Just start with that. Just start with that. Start changing these circumstances. You are the shaper of your conditions, your environment, and your destiny. What is your environment like? I talk about this with my clients all the time about like my desk right now. I create this environment. I have a candle burning. I have a red candle burning. I have a beautiful fresh lilac candle burning. It smells like heaven. I have a gorgeous set of fake flowers. If you know the story, you know the story. It is just, these flowers bring me so much joy. I have my stick person. I have my beautiful books. I have messages everywhere. I have Napoleon Hill. I have Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I have Gandhi. I have what's it called? The Sistine Chapel. I have my degrees. I have the rock. I have this Napoleon Hill self-confidence, self-discipline formula. I have just affirmations, post-its all around me. My food dogs, those little golden dogs, they're on each side. I have my dragon. My dragon. I just have a lot of stuff around me. My books, this is my conditions, my circumstances, my environment. How is your environment? Are you happy when you walk in? Change something. It doesn't cost any money, free 99. Move some furniture around. Get rid of some stuff. Clean. Light a candle. Light some incense. I have my Palo Santo. Clean the energy up in here, you know? I have my beautiful white chair. This is my, is she dirty? No. This is like heaven. This is like a $400 chair. It's my throne. So just what do you surround yourself with? I love my desk. It's huge. Literally, my desk is, you can't even see it. This is like, I think this is 6 feet. It's 6 feet. It's 6 by 4, I think. It's just, I got a lot of surface space. I love me some surface space. Anyways, I love that chapter, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. We are the master of our thoughts. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? A lot of times I feel like I have to like untangle the thought and like, okay, well, I need to like sweep this up before I can go. Oh, no, just focus on what you want. It's like, how do we get to where we're at right now? Oh my God, you know what? I had written down some notes when I was walking today. It was, okay. Yeah. Okay. So like it's an acronym, DEAR. Dear future self. Okay. So DEAR, DEAR. Decide, embody, attract, receive. DEAR. Decide, embody, attract, receive. But we don't decide because we don't even know we can. We just think that our life is what it is and we can't change it and hopefully we win the lottery. You know what I mean? It's like, or something like we're a good person, God's going to give us some miracle. It's like God cannot do anything for us. He can do everything through us, right? And if we don't ask, hello, we have free will. So decide. But we usually don't decide. We're just programmed. That's usually what it is. We're programmed, we embody it, we attract, and then we receive what's given to us. And if we haven't had good programming, like who laid the foundation? Think about your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your schoolmates, everybody. Like, I don't know one person that had like 100% pristine foundation laid that they never have to go back in and do some remodeling, right? And that's what this work is. But you don't have to like demolish and destroy and then rebuild. You can just start rebuilding and then it's not like the physical plane, it's energetic. So we don't got to go in and like destroy and do this. Like even as a therapist, like the way I even speak about it changes. Like we got to go in, we got to pull it out. Like yes, I do say reprogram the thoughts, but like pulling out the weeds. Maybe you don't have to do that. But it's hard for people just to say, just drop the old story and put the new one in. If you're there, good. I'm at that point. It still takes work. I have to just keep programming it in. But most people, especially if they've never been to therapy, they've never done this work, you need to baby step it. We need to first identify what's going on, see, and then can you start feeling better? Can you start, reprogramming positive things in? But a lot of people are still so married to their narrative. And it's like the basement. They're in the basement. And I can't just say, okay, let's be at the penthouse. Some people do quantum leap and they have an awakening, right? But it's okay, let's just get it step by step. Let's dig out layer by layer. And some people, I could work with anybody. I mean, hell, and I still go on every level. But it's just a choice. I think about this. Okay, I'm open about, I used to use alcohol to cope. I started drinking when I was 14. 14 years old. Okay. And I've shared that I had anxiety. And when I oh my God, I drank, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Oh, I feel so peaceful. All my thoughts are so quiet, so fun. I feel like I could fly. Oh my God. So that's when I first started doing that at 14 years old. And I continue to do it for 20 years. Okay. So cut 234, it ain't working, right? When you have addiction problems, first it's fun. It's fun with problems, then it's just problems, okay? And it was just problems. So it was so bad. And I thought, oh my God, this is going to take forever. But I truly surrendered. I said, God, I need help. I need a miracle. And it was a process, but it happened pretty rapidly when I surrendered. And again, I only said I wouldn't drink for a year, but that's what got me into it. Now I'm almost 6 years. And it was a decision to stop drinking for a year. But you have to decide. It's like a smoker cutting cold turkey. You could have been a smoker for 20 years. You could have been a drinker for 20 years. But you make a decision, an energetic decision within. I will not do this anymore. Yesterday, I had an addiction problem. Today, I'm in recovery. It didn't take long. It took a moment, a decision. I didn't have to work through 20 years of the drinking. It's just, no, I just decide today. This is who I am. I'm a sober person. That's how easy it can be. Like, it doesn't take time. Time collapses. There is no such thing as time. It happens right now. You know? Is it chronological and chronos time? Is this, or kairos, chronos and kairos time? Make that decision. It's in an instant. Who are you gonna be now? Who cares who you've been yesterday up to this point before you're hearing my voice? Like, decide who you're gonna be now, embody it, start feeling that way. And when the old creeps in, say, nope, sorry, I'm sober. Remember, I made a decision. Bye. And you don't even entertain it. Don't get upset with yourself. Don't get mad at yourself. Just continue with it. Anyways, I need to go to bed. Have a wonderful evening. If you are interested in anything that I offer, all of the links are below this description in the YouTubes. And I appreciate all your love and support. More to come. If you want to join the Penthouse, the link is below. It is a monthly membership. There's going to be 2 live calls a month for the regular membership. Then there's a VIP where you can do a subconscious clearing. It's going to be like a group tapping, IFS, internal family systems, really deep diving into embodying who we are, right? Making decisions. Is there anything in teeth? Anyways, this is real life, y'all. I hope you have a beautiful evening. I'll see you tomorrow.